My child, I speak to you not with thunder and fury, but with the soft voice that calms the storm. Come close and listen, for what I am about to say is not for the many, but for the few who have ears to hear and hearts to receive. This message did not find you by chance. No, it was I who drew your eyes to this very moment. I placed this message before you because there is something you need to know. Something I could not wait for you to discover later, because later might be too late. My child, they have laid a dangerous trap for you, and they are not strangers. These are not enemies from distant lands or people you've never met. No, these are known to you. Their voices are familiar, their ways are well practiced, and their intentions are cloaked behind the comfort of connection. Yesterday, while you slept in peace, they were speaking in corners, weaving lies like threads in a web. Today that web is complete. And now they extend their hand. Not to bless you, but to bait you. They call you with words that sound like concern. They wrap their bitterness in compliments. They say, I was just thinking about you, but their thoughts were not pure. They've built this trap with emotions you hold dear. They know how to stir your memories, how to tug on the laughter you once shared, how to use the weight of your past to manipulate your steps in the present. But listen to me, child. Do not let your soul be swayed by nostalgia or need. These are not the voices of healing. They are echoes of betrayal, rehearsed and refined. These people sat at your table, you broke bread with them, you believed they were for you, some even held your hand in prayer. But when I began to lift you, when my favor fell upon you and your light began to shine, they could not celebrate. Instead, they began to compete. They could not handle the sight of your rising, so they waited. They watched, they found the cracks, and where love should have stood, envy made its home. Now their words come like honey, but their hearts carry venom. They pretend to care, but they only seek control. And the worst part, child, is that they believe you are blind to it. They believe their performance is enough to deceive you. But I say to you now, your eyes are opening. What you feel in your spirit is not paranoia, it is discernment, a gift I placed in you long ago for such a time as this. Do not move in fear, but do not walk blindly. Do not hate them, but do not follow them. They will say, come, let us talk like we used to, but it is not as it used to be. They are not who they used to be, and you are not who you used to be. I have transformed you, I have sanctified you, and I am calling you to walk in that newness with strength. I am not telling you this to burden your heart, but to protect your future. For if you fall into this trap, the cost will be more than just pain. It will be delay, silence, and shame. They want to clip your wings, not because you've done wrong, but because you dared to fly. So hear me clearly, my child. Guard your heart. Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. Walk in love, but walk with eyes open. I am the shepherd, and I do not let my sheep walk into the jaws of the wolf without warning. I will lead you away from this, but you must follow my voice, not theirs. Listen now, and stay close. My child, they have laid a dangerous trap for you, and they are known person to you. Yesterday they were planning to build a trap for you, and today they have laid it already. Now they are asking you to come into their trap, and I will reveal to you how. Child, you should stop doing everything else for a few minutes, because this message has not came to you accidentally. They have not come with weapons drawn or threats spoken aloud. No, child, the danger is far more subtle, more dangerous than a sword, because it is dressed in softness, hidden in sweetness. The trap they have laid for you is not wrapped in rage but in affection. It is not anger they show but interest. It is not conflict that leads you toward danger, but conversation. This is how they work, these ones who smile while sharpening their knives behind your back. They have learned that harshness will make you retreat, so instead they reach out with warmth, with kind words and gestures that appear gentle on the surface. But I, the Lord, see deeper. I see what you cannot see. I see what lies behind the veil of their charm. My child, they speak to you with kindness only because they know it disarms you. They know your heart is open. They know your nature is to love, to trust, to forgive, and to give second chances. But they have twisted that goodness to their advantage. They have studied your compassion like a map and now use it as a path to reach you. They dress their trap in sweetness so that you'll step forward willingly, thinking you're walking toward reconciliation or peace, but you are not. You are walking into something far more dangerous. A setup designed to destroy your peace, to disturb your purpose, and to dismantle your calling. Do not be deceived by words that make you feel good if those words are being used to manipulate you. Sweet words spoken with sour motives are poison in disguise. They say, "I miss you," but it is not you they miss, it is the control they once had. They say, "Let's catch up," but they are not interested in your growth, they want to gather intel on your vulnerability. They say, "We should pray together again," but their interest is staged, their laughter is rehearsed, and their concern is nothing more than a mask. They know exactly what words to say to pull you back into their circle, and they are counting on your heart to ignore the warning signs. But I will not let you walk blind. I speak to you now, loudly, clearly, because the time for pretending is over. This is not about being polite or being nice. This is about survival. Spiritual survival, emotional survival, and ultimately your destiny. You cannot afford to step into every invitation that sounds sweet. You cannot afford to answer every call, respond to every message, entertain every visit. I am not calling you to live in fear, but I am commanding you to walk in discernment. Let my spirit guide your responses, let my peace be the umpire in your heart. For if something looks sweet but makes your spirit uneasy, trust that unease, it is me. I am trying to guard you, to keep you, to lead you away from the bait. For that is what this is, a bait, carefully laid, delicately packaged, but deadly to your purpose if you fall for it. So I ask you, my child, be wise, be watchful. And remember that not every door that opens is from me. Sometimes the enemy dresses like a friend. Sometimes the trap looks like a blessing. Sometimes the people who hug you are the ones who hope to see you fall. Let my words ring in your heart louder than theirs. Let my voice be your compass, not their opinions. They saw the light I placed within you, and instead of honoring it, they resented it. They could not understand why you kept rising when others were falling. They could not understand the strength in your silence, the power in your peace, or the joy in your tears. They watched you walk through fire and come out without the smell of smoke. They saw favor resting on your life like a mantle, and though they smiled with their lips, their hearts burned with envy. It was not always this way. In the beginning they may have celebrated with you, but as your light grew brighter, something within them grew darker. Envy does not always roar, sometimes it whispers. It whispers behind your back. It asks subtle questions meant to sow doubt. It smiles to your face but rolls its eyes the moment you leave. It imitates support while secretly competing. That's what happened, child. The people you thought were walking beside you were actually walking behind you. Not to protect you, but to keep an eye on your steps. To find where you might slip, where you might break, so they could feel better about their own shortcomings. Their love was not rooted in truth, it was rooted in their comfort, and the moment your growth became uncomfortable for them, they turned. They could not handle the anointing I placed on your life, they could not stomach the elevation I orchestrated. They were fine when you were broken. They were kind when you were low. But when I began to restore you, when I breathed new purpose into your lungs, they shifted. That's the truth, my child. Some people do not hate your pain, they hate your healing. They feel powerful when you're wounded, but threaten when you're whole. And now their hearts have been poisoned by that quiet, corrosive thing called jealousy. It didn't happen overnight. It started with comparisons. It grew into competition. And now it has birthed betrayal. They are not plotting against you because you hurt them. They are plotting against you because you outgrew them. You didn't become arrogant, you became aware. You didn't become proud, you became purposeful. And they can't control a person who has found their purpose. That's why they've turned. That's why they smile and say nothing, but their silence is loud with resentment. That's why they don't ask how you're really doing. That's why they change the subject when your name is praised. They are uncomfortable with your calling, and instead of surrendering their own pride and coming to me, they have let the seed of envy grow unchecked. But I tell you, my child, do not let their jealousy plant bitterness in your own heart. Do not become like them. Do not dim your light to keep them comfortable. You were not created to blend in. You were chosen to stand out. I placed my hand upon you, not so you would hide it, but so you would shine. Let them say what they will. Let them plot what they may. I will protect you. I will vindicate you. I will be your defender and your deliverer, but you must keep your heart pure. You must keep your eyes on me. They may have meant it for evil, but I will turn it for good. Walk boldly in the calling I've placed on your life. Speak with authority. Love without fear. Forgive, but do not return. Bless, but do not reconnect. Release, but do not reattach. For this is not your battle to fight, it is mine. They are not calling you with new voices, they are calling you with the same familiar ones you once trusted. They know the tone that comforts you. They know the words that bring down your walls. They are using memories as bait. Echoes of the past, moments you once cherished, times when things felt safe and warm. But what you need to understand, my child, is that those memories, though real, are being weaponized. They are not calling you out of love. They are calling you because they want to regain control. They are using the good moments to erase the warning signs. They are stirring your emotions so that your spirit will fall asleep. But I will not let you slumber. Listen closely. They are using inside jokes, laughter, shared tears, and old promises to mask their true motives. They want to reel you in slowly. They know if they come too forcefully, you'll sense the danger. So instead, they're pulling at your heartstrings, hoping you'll come closer on your own. It is a manipulation cloaked in sentiment. They are saying things like, "Remember when we used to laugh for hours," or "We've been through too much to throw it all away." But child, the bond you once had is not the bond that remains. Something has changed. Their heart is no longer in alignment with yours. The connection has been corrupted, and the spirit behind their words is not of me. What they want is not reconciliation, they want access. They want to come close again, not to build but to break. They want to sit near you, not to support but to sabotage. Their words are chosen carefully to make you second-guess your discernment. They want you to feel guilty for walking away. They want you to believe you are the one who is wrong. They want to draw you into conversations that stir confusion, reopen old wounds, and distract you from your assignment. But I see beyond their words. I see their hearts. And I am telling you now, this is not the time to return. Child, they have crafted their speech the way a hunter lays a trap. Not suddenly, but strategically. They are using your emotions as the snare. That's why your memories are flooding back lately. That's why you've been feeling waves of nostalgia. That's why you keep hearing their name, seeing their face, or feeling their presence in your thoughts. It's not just coincidence. It's an attempt to lure you. But I gave you this message so you would not fall prey. I gave you this moment of clarity so you would not misinterpret emotion for instruction. I am not calling you back to the past. I am calling you forward. The enemy is trying to anchor you in what was, so he can prevent you from walking into what is. He wants to keep you emotionally entangled so that you'll be spiritually delayed. But no more. You have come too far, you have healed too much, you have grown beyond those cycles. Their voices sound the same, but your spirit must recognize the difference. This is not an invitation, it's an ambush, and though the voices may be gentle, their purpose is not. They are not speaking life, they are setting the stage for a fall. So be still, do not reply right away. Do not meet just because they asked. Test every word by my spirit. If peace does not accompany their message, do not proceed. If joy is absent, do not accept. Let wisdom guide your heart, not emotion. You are not obligated to return to what I have delivered you from. You owe no one access to your peace but me. This is not just a misunderstanding. Do not brush it off as gossip. Do not minimize it as human error. This is not an accidental offense or a simple mistake in communication. What you are dealing with is deeper, it is darker. It is spiritual in nature and intentional in execution. This is a calculated scheme, designed, rehearsed, and released with timing meant to hit you where you are most vulnerable. The enemy is not playing games, and neither should you. The people involved may appear harmless, even well-meaning, but the spirit operating behind their actions is one of confusion, division, and destruction. They have studied you, my child, not in love, but in strategy. They know your rhythm. They know what softens your heart, what disarms your defenses, and what awakens your emotions. This is not coincidence. It is coordination. They have carefully chosen the moment to reach out, to send that message, to bring up that topic, to initiate that conversation. And while it might seem ordinary on the surface, I see the intent that lies beneath. I see the whispers behind your back. I see the planning that took place in shadows. I see the words rehearsed, the stories twisted, the alliances formed behind your back to ensure you would be caught off guard. This is spiritual warfare disguised as a social interaction. This is a trap dressed in familiarity. They want to catch you when you're tired, emotionally open, maybe even doubting yourself. They want you to second-guess your discernment. They want you to override the unease in your spirit with the sweetness of their voice. But child, I did not bring you this far to let you walk into a snare. That inner alarm you feel, that discomfort, that sudden tightness in your chest, that moment of hesitation, is not fear. It's me. I am alerting you because what they've laid before you is dangerous, and make no mistake. It is not just about hurting your feeling. They want to damage your character, discredit your calling, and delay your destiny. They want to strip you of your confidence, isolate you from your purpose, and mute your voice. This is not just an attack against your emotions, it's an attempt to unravel what I've built in you. This is warfare against your future. That's why I'm speaking now, without parable, without metaphor. I am not wrapping this warning in soft language. I want you to be sure, this is a setup, this is betrayal, this is spiritual sabotage. And what's more, child, this trap has been dressed in innocence. They may say, let's just clear the air, but there's poison in their breath. They may say, we miss you, but it's not you they miss. It's access to your peace, your presence, your platform. They may even speak my name, but they do not carry my heart. Do not be fooled by familiarity. Not everyone who uses my language is sent by me. Not every spiritual phrase is rooted in my spirit. The wolves have learned how to speak like sheep, and they're hoping you're too kind to notice. But kindness must walk hand in hand with wisdom. And love must be led by truth. My child, this is not the time to be passive. It is the time to be alert. Watch their fruit, not their face. Listen for my voice above theirs, and when I say turn away, do not linger. Your life, your purpose, your destiny are too valuable to risk on the false piece of a conversation that was never meant to heal but to trap. My eyes have never left you, not for a moment. When they laughed with you but plotted behind you, I saw it. When they lifted their hands to pray beside you, yet whispered words of jealousy behind your back, I heard it. Nothing has escaped me, child. I am not a distant God. I am not blind to what has been done in the dark. I watched them pretend. I watched them walk beside you while inwardly resenting the path I had set you on. I watched them smile at your success, all while secretly hoping for your fall. And now I speak, not to frighten you, but to shield you. I do not slumber. I do not ignore. I do not overlook the schemes of the wicked or the pain in the hearts of my chosen. You are not alone in this. I have been with you the whole time. Even when you didn't know betrayal was in the room, I did. Even when you thought they meant well, I saw the root of their intentions. And even when your heart wanted to believe the best in them, I knew the truth. I allowed certain things to happen so you would open your eyes. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. You needed to see who was truly for you and who only stood with you when it was convenient. I am your God. I am the one who calls you by name, who knit you together, who set you apart, and I protect my own. This is why I've stirred your spirit lately. This is why your peace has been interrupted when certain people come around. That discomfort, that tension, that sudden sense of confusion when you try to re-engage with them. That's me, child, that's my spirit alerting you. I am sending warnings not because I'm angry, but because I'm deeply invested in your future. I see where you are, and I see where they are trying to lead you, but I will not allow them to succeed. If you stay close to me, I am revealing truth to you because I want you to walk in freedom. Not a freedom that looks good on the outside but leaves you bound in your soul. I want you free in your mind, free in your heart, free to walk in your purpose without sabotage and delay. But that means you must listen when I speak. That means you must obey when I say no, even when your emotions say yes. That means you must turn your ear away from voices that flatter and return it to my voice that warns. For I am not only your comfort, I am your guard. I see what's ahead, you don't. You see their smiles, but I see their snares. You hear their words, but I hear the tone behind them. You look at the present, but I see the consequences of your next step. And that is why I speak now, because the trap they've laid is not just for today, it's meant to affect your tomorrow. But if you heed my voice, if you stay under my covering, you will walk right past what they set for your downfall. I will cause their plans to collapse. I will expose what was hidden. I will protect you in ways you'll never fully understand. So trust me, lean on me, let me be your defense. Let me go before you. Let me be the one who silences the liars and brings light to every dark corner. I will vindicate you, I will fight for you. But you must follow me, even when I lead you away from the ones you once called friends. And never forget, my child, they have laid a dangerous trap for you and they are known person to you.